Good evening, everybody. This is Underground Noise, webisode number 8. I'm here with Brett Smith from the band called Gutricyde. How's it going tonight, Brett?
Going good, Alex. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. I'd like to tell you thanks for giving me a portion of your time.
Hey, absolutely.
Just wanted to ask you some questions about yourself. You don't mind?
Absolutely.
Who are your influences musically?
Oh, man. Individuals or bands or both?
Any order.
Yeah. Wow, old school death metal, 90s, late 80s, Carcass, Bolt Thrower, Napalm Death, Death. Nowadays, John Gallagher, Dying Fetus, big inspiration.
That's cool. What type of music gear do you use to make your sound?
Type of gear?
Yeah, like amps, guitars.
So I've got a few. I typically use that Music Man 7-string. It's John Petrucci JP 70. It's probably the best as far as sound and just quality in the studio. I use for the guitar tracks Neural DSP plugins and Reaper recording software.
Right
live PV and Mesa amps.
Very, very cool. Where have you always wanted to tour?
Man, I to be honest with you, I never really had a big desire to do any big tours. Just playing local venues and supporting the local scene was always my thing.
That was going to be my next question. What is your local music scene like?
It's really good. There's some really good metal band in DFW right now.
That's very awesome.
Yeah.
What is your interpretation of the song called Viral?
Well, it was written in the year 2020, so that should kind of tell you something.
Okay.
COVID and conspiracies around COVID, how it happened, how it didn't happen. So.
That's cool. At first, I wasn't sure if it meant something different or not. Well, that's cool. If you could bring back one dead musician, who would you bring back?
I mean, Chuck Schuldner's the first thing that comes to mind.
Chuck was a pretty genius individual.
He was.
Kind of feel bad that Avenged Sevenfold ripped them off in one of their songs. Because if you listen to Spirit Crusher, where the solo is before when Mega's solo.
Yeah.
Well, Unholy Confessions has the same kind of sounding riffs.
Yeah.
Like, that's not cool. Gonna rip off a dead man? That's not right.
Well, sometimes that's subjective. It's whether it's done intentional or not. I don't know. Is it an accolade to them to copy their riff, or is it unintentional? So I catch myself questioning, oh, that sounds like so and so, it sounds like so and so, and I'll ask a fellow musician. They're like, absolutely not. I mean, that's yours. It's not the exact riff. Maybe it sounds like it. Pattern of notes is the same or something, but I don't know. I haven't heard the song, so I don't.
Okay, I wasn't so sure if you did or not.
Yeah, I know.
But anything's possible in that type of predicament.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. My next question is, do you have a career outside of music?
Oh, yes, absolutely. That's what pays the music is a hobby.
That's cool. Um, what was the first instrument that you played?
Piano.
Did you enjoy it?
I did.
I tried dabbling in piano. My fingers don't work like that.
Uh, I I can play just about any instrument. Not, I mean, not fluently and read music and that kind of stuff, but I can. Music is music. The
Right.
instrument is a different instrument. It's all, music is music. All the notes are the same.
That's very cool. How did Gutricyde meet?
Man, um, I've known Bill and Lance. Let's see, I've known Bill for probably since I was maybe 12, 11 or 12. We were childhood friends, neighborhood friends. And Lance, I probably met in 1990, something like that. So I've known them both 30, 35 years.
Oh, wow. That's quite a long time.
Yeah.
What bands have you shared the stage with or would like to share the stage with?
Man, it's been a long time since I've been on stage, and that was back in the 90s, and it's all blurry. I honestly don't. I knew we had a couple of pretty big shows, but I honestly don't remember who it was with. Um, I mean, today I'm happy to get on stage with anybody. Doesn't matter to me. Doesn't matter to us, as long as can get on stage and get some music out there for people to enjoy. Hopefully, enjoy.
That's very cool. Have you ever tried writing any other genres of music other than death metal?
No, not really. I mean, I think early days before the first band I was in, we formed Embalmed back in, oh, no, it was probably 89 or 90 when we first got together. And I think we probably wrote some thrash tunes back then. But for the most part, since then, I mean, you pick around on acoustic guitar and stuff and do some stuff and write some little tunes and some riffs, but nothing serious where I wanted to record, just some heavy metal or something else.
What do you like to do in your free time?
I'm on a motorcycle as often as I can. So wife and I like to take some trips, go hit the mountains, just ride. South Texas Hill Country is phenomenal riding.
I can only imagine it. Well, there's nothing else I can think of, Brett. Do you have any last words for Underground Noise?
I don't, man. I appreciate the opportunity. Thanks for letting me come on and do a little interview here with you.
Yeah, I appreciate your time too.
Yeah, I wish we could have caught up last weekend when the guys were all here and we could have done a whole group thing, but we were deep in some recording.
That's quite all right. I do understand completely. You guys have some upcoming stuff right here?
Yeah, we've got it. So our debut show in Dallas, Deep Ellum, will be on Friday, July 30th. We'll open the show at 9. After us is going to be Comorbidity, which is comprised of 4 guys that have been in the death metal scene for 30 years here in DFW. And then Giant of the Mountain, and then the huge national act Chemicost is going to be his headlining the show. So it's going to be a good night. We're stoked to have been given the opportunity to open the show for our first show.
That sounds very killer.
Yeah, it's going to be badass.
So if you guys are there in Texas, you better head out to that show and don't miss out. Show your support for some local Texas death metal.
All right. Appreciate it, Alex.
Yes, Brett. Thanks for your time again, dude.
All right. You too, buddy.
You bet.